How you doing, everyone? Welcome back. I know I kind of took a couple of days there without putting anything up, and well, got kind of busy doing some things around here, and kind of neglected the channel a little bit. But it's all right. Only a couple of days. I'm back. Uh, hopefully, hopefully we're still going in the right direction as far as subscribers and whatnot. Anyway, what are we talking about today? Did you see this video clip of Eric Trump with Benny Johnson, where he said that we are saving the church, we are saving Christianity, we are saving God? Um, Hold on, rewind, hold up, wait a minute. First of all, Christianity is about 2,000 years old, all right? It doesn't need Donald Trump to save it, okay? And if Christianity does need to be saved, well, who is that on? It's on actual Christians, right? Saving the church. Which church? Actually, I don't think he said saving the church. He said plenty there. If I can find a link to that clip, I'll post it in the description if I can find it. But he did say they're saving God. Now, I think what he meant, and I hate this whole what he meant was, because that's, anytime Trump says something stupid and we call him out for it, his supporters are always, well, what he meant was, and this guy over here who supports him will say, well, what he meant was this, and this guy over here will say, well, no, what he meant was, and it's something completely different. I'm sorry, I don't have the secret decoder ring. I shouldn't have to decipher what he meant was. But I'm going to give Eric the benefit of the doubt on this and say that he was basically, that they are saving the church, right, as an institution within the United States. All right? That's not your job. Not your job. All right? I mean, first of all, Eric, we know who your daddy is, right? Don't pretend that he is some pious Christian, and you're not either, okay? In fact, I don't think anybody in your family is. Possibly your cousin Mary, but I don't even know enough about her to even say that. I'm not even going to say that she's one, right? She does seem to be a decent person, but yeah. Saving God, saving religion, saving Christianity, saving the church. Well, I'll tell you what. When he says we, he is referring specifically to his father's administration, of course. And he said this in the context of Donald getting into heaven. He's like, oh yeah, he's definitely going to get into heaven because he did this, 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 and this. It's not exactly how it works, but hey, whatever. And Donald Trump himself said, on Air Force One, and I don't have the exact quote, but he's like, "Yeah, I don't think I'm getting into heaven. I don't think I'm getting in." Something to that effect, you know. I mean, I don't have it verbatim, but he did say he doesn't think he's going to heaven. But he's been obsessed with it lately. He has been obsessed with it lately. I don't know, might have something to do with the fact that, you know, he's an old man who knows that he doesn't have a whole lot of time left on this earth. That's what it sounds like to me. And really, he doesn't, you know, no matter how you look at it, right? If something happens, say as I'm recording this video, you know, that, I mean, at his age, it's not uncommon, right? People his age die all the time. But even if he lives on for another 20 years, right, that's still not much time left on this earth. Okay? I mean, I don't think he has nearly that much time left. But what do I know, right? We have no way of knowing that. But, you know, I'm basing that on the fact that he is not in good health, and his diet consists primarily of fast food. And I'm sorry, but when you have you know, ketchup running through your veins, that's not good. That's not good. Not a recipe for longevity. But saving the church, saving God, saving Christianity, not the role of the government. Don't take my word for it. Go read the Constitution. Specifically, the First Amendment, the very first one. Actually, the very beginning of the very First Amendment. And, all right, I get it. He's doing all these end runs around Congress and whatnot, and Congress isn't doing anything to stop him. But it does say Congress shall make no law. But effectively, it's also saying that, you know, even if he decides to take over as a king and thinks that his executive orders are laws, well, guess what? They're not valid, right? Because Congress shall make no law respecting the establishment of religion, nor prohibiting the free exercise thereof. And of course, there's more to it. You know, it goes on to freedom of speech, press, assembly, and petition the government for redress of grievances. But shall make no law respecting the establishment of religion, nor prohibiting the free exercise thereof. Right? So, if Christianity is going by the wayside, which I don't think it is. I don't think it is. Now, granted, secularism and atheism are becoming more and more common. They are, in fact, I don't know that. I don't know this to be true because I haven't actually checked the numbers for myself, but I have heard that the fastest growing religious group is the non-religious. So, atheism and atheists and agnostics are actually the largest growing group as it pertains to faith. So, again, I have not independently verified that, but I mean, I believe that's very, very likely to be true. But yeah, I mean, if Christianity is going by the wayside, guess what? It's the fault of Christians, those of us who are Christians. And it is up to us, right? Not the government. And if it's going by the wayside, it is actually the people that I would blame for that are the Christian nationalists, the Christo-fascists. You get your megachurch preachers out there, right? And I don't know if he's a Christo-fascist necessarily, but Joel Osteen with his prosperity preaching. God wants you to be to have all this wealth. Not in the Bible I read. Or, the Kenneth Copeland type who, he needs that second private jet so that he doesn't have to, so that he won't be surrounded by the demons when he gets on the plane, right? That's actually something that he had said. Or who is Copeland's sidekick, something or other. Somebody called him a millionaire, and he's like, that's not true. I'm a multi-millionaire. Okay, well, you know what? Not very Christian behavior, is it? Not just, forget about the wealth itself, but bragging about it. All right? Never mind the whole camel and needle thing that we were told about, right? That Jesus told us about. The camel will go through an eye of a needle. A camel will go through the eye of a needle easier than a rich man will get into the kingdom of heaven. I know that's not verbatim how it's written in the Bible, but that's effectively what it says, right? And please don't ask me chapter and verse. I'm not. I remember parts of it, but I don't always remember the chapter and verse, right? So I can't tell you that, Matthew chapter 2, verse whatever, says this, right? I can tell you Ephesians chapter 6 because that's an important one to me, but that's not the point of the video, is it? Saving Christianity, not up to the government, because by passing no law respecting an establishment of a religion, nor prohibiting the free exercise thereof, guess what that means? That second part, prohibiting the free exercise. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion, nor prohibiting the free exercise thereof. What that means is that you're not allowed to show favoritism, right? Not allowed to show favoritism to one faith over another, right? That means that the Jewish people and Muslims and Wiccans and pagans and Hindus, and there are so many religions that I can't go through them all in just off the top of my head like that, right? You know, maybe you believe in Norse mythology or Greek mythology. You know, maybe you worship those gods, right? Now, I'm going to disagree with you, but I'm going to respect and defend your right to worship or not as you please. I can disagree with you, that's fine. You know, I mean, if you're a Muslim, great. You know, I mean, I know you've got your customs and your faith, and do your thing. You're free to do that here. And I am free to, first of all, disagree with you on matters of faith, but I can disagree with you on matters of faith while also defending your right to practice your faith. Okay? And you know, I think it's which God are you saving, Eric? Which God? I'm sorry, I got a little bit sidetracked there in my head. But which God? Which God are you saving? I know, I said I was going to give you the benefit of the doubt on that whole, well, what he meant was thing, right? I'm not so sure he deserves it. I'm not so sure he deserves it. Because, I'm sorry, the God that I know and the Jesus that I follow, they don't need to be saved. Jesus did the saving, according to my beliefs, right? And if your beliefs are different, well, I respect that. I mean, obviously, as a Christian, I would like for you to come around to the Christian faith, but I can't force that. That has to be your decision. And I understand that there are many people out there who call themselves Christians who don't behave like it and are making others not want to call themselves Christians. I understand that. I get it. What I would do, though, is encourage you to pick up a Bible and start at the New Testament, right? Start with the Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, right? Start there. And you know what? You don't even have to read all of them. Just the parts in red. Just the parts in red. You know, the parts that those other people that are pushing those guys that are pushing people away from Christianity, the Copelands and the Locks and the Osteens and whoever else, you know, your Kat Kerr and your Paula White, and yeah, you know, I don't know, and any famous preacher is not to be trusted. But yeah, I mean, God doesn't need to be saved. God does not need to be saved. He sent Jesus to do the saving. Again, according to my beliefs. I know a lot of people believe differently. And, well, that's okay. I mean, somebody's right, somebody's wrong. Who knows? We'll find out eventually, though, won't we? Anyway, I'll catch y'all next time.